Hello and welcome back to another video on Serious About Salvage. Got another new car today. You'll have seen the thumbnail. I've picked up another Nissan Navara because the white one went really well and it is gone. It sold within 6 hours of being advertised. So you can pick these up at Salvage for some decent prices, you know. This is another one that I think I've got a really good buy on. I mean, it's a lot worse, this one. Again, you'll see from the thumbnail, but I'm going to show you in a minute. So there's a lot more to do. But it was cheaper, and I think it's going to come out around the same price as I had in the white one. So if this is what the market is looking for at the moment, this is what I'm going to continue to do. And I do like these Navaras. Like I said, I've run mine for a while now, and I like them. They're a really good truck. I'm going to turn around now and we're going to look at what we've got. Here it is. So another Nissan Navara. It's a Techno, this one, so it's the better spec one like mine with the big screen inside it. It is a manual, sorry, this one, not an auto. I've explained the pros and cons with manuals and autos in these before. Nothing wrong with the manuals, but I personally prefer the autos, especially with the towing. It just makes things so much easier. But again, the 190 brake horse engine with the Technos, that's all they did, manual or auto. So this is pretty damaged. I'm going to sneeze, I think. Nope. It's got some pretty good damage on this. Obviously that wheel shouldn't be like that, should it? It's hit something pretty damn hard to do that. And it's spun right round. It obviously should be facing the other way. The wing is gone. Bumper. This headlight has got a broken tab underneath, but I'm going to be looking at repairing that because they are not cheap, these ones with the LED DRLs. There's nothing wrong with the face of it, it looks fine. And then obviously we've got a grille missing. I was kind of hoping it might be with the car because of this being a Techno again. It will have had the forward facing camera, which, there we go, there. That would go into the forward facing camera. Not a massive ordeal, they are available. Can sort that. On this one we have gotten away with no damage on the bonnet. It is perfect. Perfect bonnet, so that saves us a good few £100. They're one of the hardest parts to find for these Navaras, the bonnets. The rest is pretty easy really. Bumper skin I've already got there. It is in colour, but I'm expecting it's going to need painting. I've got a wing coming in colour again, but I'm expecting it's going to need painting. And there is other bits on the car I'll get to in a minute that we need paint for anyway. But in terms of actual structure, chassis, the lower chassis is there. Nothing's impacted on that at all. You've got an upper brace on these here, again, not been touched. All the front panel is fine along the top. Top of the inner wing, again, straight. There's a bit of a scuff there, and it's just folded around the leading edge there, which that'll knock back round with a rubber hammer. There's no strength in that, and this is going to be a mount for something. I don't know if it's for the headlight, wing. It's going to be a wing, isn't it? Wing bracket probably. I need to do some attention to. But structurally, at the moment, I don't see anything. Obviously we need to pull this apart properly to make sure, but on the face of it, it's one of them. I mean, most of them do. It looks a lot worse than it is, which is a good thing really, because it gets that price down at auction. But once you rip all this damaged stuff off, there isn't that much going on, honestly. We're going to need a wheel down this side. Doors are fine. It's got a few marks on this rear tub, unrelated to the crash. There. And it's full of rubbish. I don't know what it's been used for. They've had some separate cables running around. I don't know what they've had on it really. I think it's been a proper work truck, this, by the looks of it, because it is a little bit battered and bruised. Got the leather. All the leather seats look good condition. The inside, it's just a case of a really good clean, I think. On the inside, the tailgate, all good. Rear bumper, maybe something going on over there. Nip round the other side. Down this side, the wing's fine, wheels are fine. Passenger door fine. There's a dent in the rear door. I think probably would have been there pre-accident. I'm going to try and knock that out the best I can and see what it's like. Some previous shenanigans there. I don't know what. But the rear tub is also damaged there. Need a light. Now all this will knock out somewhere near and then it'll need a bit of attention obviously, and then I'll probably get the whole rear tub painted because of the bits on the other side as well. Maybe even get the door painted if it still needs a bit of attention. I like these Cooper Discoveries. Oh, I've got sniffles today, I'm sorry, but I'm not a fan of these side steps. I think they're horrible. And this is like I said, this is one of the wires, cables. It's come to nothing, but it runs into the end of the side step and powers these, but obviously don't work. Oh, excuse me, sorry. Right, so this pickup came as a non-runner, non-driver, no keys. It says there, no keys. But to my surprise, when it arrived, there was a key with it. But I can't seem. Oh, it's not in there. It's up for here. I can't seem to get it to work. Now they'd also not listed the mileage. So going off its last MOT, I estimated it was getting close to 100,000. So I think it was on 84 or something like that. But to my surprise, obviously I've powered it up. It's there, it's got 88,972, so it's less than I expected, which is good, but that does mean, I think this has been sat around for a while after the accident. Otherwise it'd have more miles on. So anyway, key itself looks to be in great condition. Unlock, unlock, if you press the unlock, the lights flash, it unlocks the doors. If you press the lock button, nothing happens. If you go to press the start, no key detected. Now these obviously are proximity. I understand the sensor is actually behind the stop start button. So you're supposed to, well it shows it there, see it there telling me to hold the fob up to the start stop button. But you do that and it doesn't seem to do anything, unfortunately. So we do have a key, but it doesn't seem to do, well it won't start the car. Now they do have a blade in these. I've had the blade out and the blade does work in the driver's door, so I do believe, well that is obviously correct, the key, but because it's such good condition, I would say either, well I'd say it was a spare that's never hardly been, well that's not been used. It looks like a brand new key, but not, if you know what I mean. It's a tricky one, I don't know. But that's the scenario that we're in at the minute, unfortunately. I've been through all fuses to make sure there were nothing silly, because on the front, I will show you, there was some damage to some cables just on this front corner, so I've crimped them together for the time being just to make sure they're all connected, and again that's not made any difference either, unfortunately. So in terms of getting this running, which is what I like to do first, because obviously you don't want to spend money on vehicles to find out they don't work, unfortunately with this one we're going to have to do it a little bit the wrong way around, because my key man isn't available. Well, he's not, he's on holiday for a week now. For me today is a Thursday. He's back midweek next week and then he's going to come over and look at it, but I don't want to just leave it sat there till then. So what I have done is I bought some parts, quite a lot of parts, and we're going to get on with the repair, because looking at it, it must have been running when it crashed. This looks like a genuine crash to me. There's oil in the engine. Can't see any reason why. There's nothing out of place here, everything's there. I can't see why it wouldn't run, you know. There's no reason for it not to, so we'll take the risk on this one and we'll proceed with the repair, spend some money on it, and fingers crossed next week when he comes, it's either the fob's lost its immobiliser coding, because I do believe it's two different codes for, they store two codes in them keys, I think, one for the central locking, the door locks, and one for the actual immobiliser, I think. Don't quote me though. Either the code's corrupted, or you reckon maybe the key fob's just knackered, just broken. So, I mean, there's no way to find out until he gets here. So, like I said, I've got the bumper, I've got a wing, which hasn't turned up, but the main thing is this suspension. I want to get it to be able to roll it around. It'll make it easier for when he comes as well, because it's so hard getting in and out of them with the two posts. We've been through that many times. And the fact that all of this corner seems to be absolutely knackered, I bought a complete suspension corner, absolutely everything here. Off a breaker obviously. Got a bottom arm, top arm, stroke with a spring on, knuckle. It's even got the caliper, the carrier on it. I don't know if I'll use them. It's also got the drop link on it as well. So that whole corner, it's got the track red end as well. Because I think mine's broken. It's broken off there actually, hasn't it? Yeah, so basically that whole suspension corner is going to go in there, and then I'm going to whip the spare wheel off my grey one outside, because they've had away with the spare on this. It must have had a new Cooper on it or something, I don't know. But the spare's not there. So yeah, we'll get my spare off the one outside, put it on this for the time being, and then best case then it can roll out here, and he'll find it a lot easier when he comes to do the coding with the keys. So that is the plan to try to do today. I might also whip out this wing as well, just so I don't slice myself open on it basically. But I don't want to really bother with the bump here. I might strap it up a bit better. It's just everywhere gets so cluttered in here when you start stripping multiple cars. You got bumpers everywhere and all sorts, so that's the plan. Let's get the camera rolling and try and figure out a way of trying to get all this mess out of here, because it is heavy. That whole assembly there is seriously heavy. There's no way I'll be able to fit that onto the car in one piece, not unless I can figure out some kind of jacking system to lift it up in place whilst I put some bolts in it, because it is heavy. So we'll rip this one apart in bits, I think, and then figure out what we're going to do with that when it gets to that point. So let's get the camera rolling and let's try and just get some stuff on it, off it, and things will start to look way better straight away, really. Well, it's looking a lot better already. Now the wing is off, all the inner wing. There's a bit of a bit there. It's probably been done by that, probably, but nothing much. Towing eye is bent down, so I have to get one of them. But all the lights at the leg and the body mounting, all good. Everything else is alright in here. Bit dirty and a bit of surface rust here and there. So we need to now get the rest. I mean that, yeah, that inner tractor end is ghost. Need to get his bottom arm off. Strut, top arm, drop link, and we'll get this tractor end and inner tie rod off. Get everything out. Shaft is going to have to then be popped. We've got another shaft for it over there. Yeah, it's gonna have to be put together in pieces. I'm gonna have to pull all that apart over there. I think there's no way I'm getting that in one. There's a, like I said, there's a lot of weight, So yeah, we'll just have to piece this apart now. That strut could probably maybe come out next. Top arm maybe. Top arm first. And yeah, just do it in bits, and we'll get the rest of it out. But I don't see anything else really that I'm bothered about. Just needs a good clean. It's very, very dirty. Let's get the rest out. Right, pretty much everything's out of here now. All the arms are off. Them bolts, them bottom arm bolts, are so difficult to get out. Everything's so big and heavy on this. Everything's just oversized because it's a pickup, like. But I mean, in terms of structural fixings for the arms and everything's in the right place. I've left the shaft in because I think diff oil might come out. Don't know, but it might. Found one more piece of damaged equipment. I'm not sure if you can see it, but in there, you might be able to just see it. Looking at the steering column, it's smashed off its mountings, so the steering column is knackered, basically. So all this, it all moves. Is it going to be an easy job? No. I don't think they're all that cheap either, these steering columns. Just having a quick scan. I need to find the part number on it because quite often they will cross over onto other vehicles. But the two I found for this particular pickup were like 350 quid or something for a steering column, which is more than I expected, I'll be honest. But like I said, I'll find the model number, the part number, and you never know, might be another vehicle that uses it that are more readily available and cheaper. But there's nothing else really, other than what we know now, to worry about, as long as it runs. A lot of question marks with this car, with this pickup. So it's pretty late today. I didn't start this till 3:30 in the afternoon, and it's about 5. So I'm gonna have a tidy up now and go and look for some of the parts that I need. I know I need a tail light, I need the steering rack, and come back another day and start putting this together. Got plenty of time, haven't we? We got a week before Keyman. As long as it's rolling over there by then, I'll be happy. So yeah, we will what should we do? I think I'm going to end this video here, so I'm not sure when I'm coming back in. Like I said, it's a Thursday for me, but I'm not in here tomorrow. I'm probably not over the weekend, so yeah, I'll leave this video here. And on the next one, we will get it all back together, and I'll try and have some other parts here, because like at the moment now, that steering rack is probably holding us up. I'm not sure it will come out with all the steering, with all the strut and everything in. Or at least it'll make it more difficult, so I need to look into that really. That's the critical part now, getting that steering rack sorted. So yeah, we'll end this one here. Not a great deal done, unfortunately, but we know a lot about the car now and what we need to do. So thank you as always for watching. I need to figure out this washer jet business as well. I don't understand it. Yeah, there's washer jets in here, but I don't understand how it's supposed to work yet. Must be like that. Must be some kind of, I don't know. I'll have to figure that out. Yeah, thank you as always for watching. I hope you've enjoyed. Massively appreciated. Thumbs up if you have enjoyed it. Don't forget to subscribe so you're notified of any future videos, and we'll get on this again very soon and try and get it mobile. I think that's the key, isn't it? So yeah, thank you, cheers.